Sup fam? I hope you guys had a great weekend and Monday, and happy full moon in Capricorn, strawberry moon, named by the Algonquins, the Native Americans. I believe, don't quote me on this or fact check me because I have actually no idea, but I think in my area there are some tribes that are out from the Algonquin. But anyways, so that's pretty cool. So since it's in Capricorn and it's opposite of the sun, it's a good time to reevaluate. Take a look at your long-term goals and see where you are with those and what needs to be removed, like what's blocking them, what's blocking you from getting to them, or if maybe you need to change them altogether, etc. So yeah, happy full moon. It's been an interesting emotional weekend for me, as I know it would, since Cancer season already is kicking my ass, and full moons also kick my ass. But anyways, also I did a thing. I am revamping my space, my sacred space, if you will. So I got rid of a table that was not really necessary, and it was kind of just really hard to get around in here, and this is even going to change more. We're gonna get different. This desk is going away, and I'm getting a different setup. So I don't know how many of you are on a spiritual journey like myself of ascension or initiation or awakening, remembering, however you want to call it. But I have heard from people who went through it, and just in general, that it's normal to want to change things and move things in your space, the flow of things, which, not saying that you change it up every week or whatever, but more so than you might have before. Like me, I would have kept this room the same till I moved. So, and it's changed so much for other reasons too, but even after that, it's been transformed a lot. So transformation, I guess that's what it's about. So I'm kind of excited about that. I guess it just makes you feel 11:33 on my clock right now. I guess it just maybe helps to keep the chi moving, if you will. So let's see what the cards have to say for the collective. I've really been in my mind's eye, and just thinking about it a lot. And not just because I've gotten into learning about folklore in general, but Appalachian folklore, but also just in general certain types of folklore. But I don't know, and I don't know if it's because I watched Sinners, again, Michael B. Jordan, but root work has really been something that I can't stop thinking about, but it keeps popping up in my brain. I keep associating with things, I keep hearing about it. Yesterday, I think it was, and it's not like I haven't heard this song before, it's one of my liked songs on Spotify, but Voodoo came on. Voodoo Child. Okay, so things, I don't know. So I don't know what that means. I have been doing a lot of ancestral work, so that could be why, I don't know. Yeah. Let me know if you have any opinions about that. I mean, root work is fascinating to me, so. I have been, I don't know, still in that, I guess, hanged man / hermit stage of just like waiting, being patient, for whatever is meant to be to arrive. So it gets restless. Sometimes it's okay, like sometimes it's tolerable. Sometimes it's absolutely maddening. So it just depends what you channel that energy into, how you transmute that energy. So I've been trying, maybe it's like why I've been so into my ancestral work, because it's getting me distracted. It's also connecting me with my ancestors who are hopefully leading me down the right path. No, they are, I know they are. The Emperor. That's interesting. I honestly thought that's related to, I don't know, like ancestral stuff, because like I don't know, I can't find a connection. Okay. Somebody, I like to often read the either court cards or the people cards as yourself, because a lot of times I feel like people get stuck on the fact that it's supposed to be a figure in your life, somebody else, which it can be, right? But I like to sometimes think that you could be, emulating the emperor or the empress or whatever. But in this case, I do see this as like communication coming in from somebody else. Could be an Aries, of course, right? Or it could be an air sign. So Aquarius, Libra, or Gemini. Could be on the cusp of Aries and Gemini. That's not a thing. Who am I? What? Anyways, somebody who is in a position of power and you don't know them right now. That's what I'm getting, really. Somebody you have yet to meet in a position of power. Could be any kind of, it could be like a manager at a place, or it could be like your mayor, or I don't know, something. But somebody who is up here on the food chain, metaphorically speaking, is coming in with some information for you, communication about your intelligence, about how right you are. Something you've done recently is going to show up on someone's radar, and they're going to be like, ding, 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 I want them. And I'm not romantically, probably in a more like a career sense. Yeah, okay. And you're going to be surprised. You're going to be also humble, because that's just how you are. You're going to be like, me? What? That? What? That idea? That's silly. No. It's not. Because guess what? I have a feeling it's going to be very, very, very fruitful. Because Emperor, this person in power. Yep. Yeah. They're going to want to help you with funding of some kind. Financial funding for like a business or something, like with whatever idea that you've had that they saw, and they saw your intelligence and your ingenuity, okay, and your you're different when it comes to ideas. Yes, they're good, they're well thought out, they're conventional, they're usable, but they're different than everybody else's. So they want to give you seed money to start something, to use that intelligence, to use that idea and make money out of it. 2 aces too, so fresh starts are on the horizon. 411. Ooh, information. I love that. 411. Information. So a lot of clarity coming in soon. A lot of information you're going to be getting about things, but good things. Full moon. It's always here for that, to illuminate, right? Interesting. And you're gonna just be like, well, wait, what? It's gonna come out of left field. Yep. And you're gonna have no idea. They're gonna find, it's gonna be some obscure way that they found you, like social media, or like they know you, like somebody that works for them or something like that. They is a friend of a friend of a friend or something. I don't know. Okay. King of Cups and Ten of Pentacles. Oh wow. Okay, now I'm thinking this is you. You're healing, or you've been healing. And you're at a point where it's not like so raw anymore. You know what I mean? You're at a point where you're a little more evolved than you were before because of what you went through, because of what you had to deal with, because of what you had to overcome, because of the wounds that you had to sew back up yourself. So your emotional intelligence as well as your intellect are top tier right now. So not only are you being praised and wanted, sought out for your intellect, your ideas, but also your ability to work with people, because you are so emotionally intelligent, so emotionally, what's the word, mature. You are empathic. You are able to relate to people because you've been through everything, pretty much. You know how to relate to people easily. But you also are at a point in your healing journey where your emotions don't control you anymore. You control them. So that's great. So you're not like a hot mess, 11:44 on my 10 o'clock. But you're still able to be emotional, but just not like, and not saying that being overly emotional is a bad thing. Trust me, I am. But in the business world, you know what I mean? So whatever this, okay, right? You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? Beginning, end. Whatever this is going to open up for you, create for you, start for you, is going to turn into this in the long run. Your foundation for success, for a successful life, with a family, with a beautiful house, with kids if you want them, pets, and you're able to help others because you're so wealthy, and that's the kind of person you are. Because you're the King of Cups, you want to help everyone, anyone you can, And when you have the means to do so, you're gonna do it. But still be able to do whatever you want, be able to buy whatever you want, go wherever you want. That's what this is going to get you, because of whoever this Emperor person is in your life. This mystery person. Yeah, Ace to 10. Like I said, that's just beginning to end. It's gonna follow through. It's not gonna be something you start and don't finish. Very interesting. Lots of masculine energy, but that doesn't mean anything. Ooh, the devil. Okay. Some clarification on that, because he came out not reversed. I don't like that. Okay, so that's something that's going to be a blockage for you. Is something in your life that is holding you back. It could be a person, it could be a behavior, it could be an addiction. It could be any number of things that is toxic to you and to your path and to your kind of medical equipment. So be on the lookout. Keep your head on a swivel. Try not to get whatever chained up, tethered to something that's going to be weighing you down and holding you back instead of helping you move forward, helping you to succeed. Don't be, and that's the whole thing about the devil, is it's very like tempting, right? Temptation, very tempting. It's very pretty, shiny. Don't. So, like I said, keep your head on the swivel, because that's gonna be, the temptations are gonna be everywhere, and not ones that are going to be detrimental, not just little, nothings. Okay, but yes, eventually, ultimately, you're moving on to better, safer, more abundant shores from where you were before. You're still a little bruised, but you're, like I said, you're healing. There's water too, that's, to me, that indicates healing as well. You're crossing a threshold from utter grief and despair into abundance and happiness. As long as you don't let the devil get you. Really, don't eat that apple. I don't know why I heard that, but don't eat that apple. Spiritual journey, anyone? You're also going to be advancing on your spiritual journey, because you're going to be in a place where you can actually enjoy yourself and get back into whatever you do for spirituality. Root work, potentially. I don't know. I don't like the rules. And you're going to become, your gifts are going to grow, you're gonna learn a lot. Oh boy. I feel like this has been the last card in a lot of my readings recently. But yeah, the Wheel of Fate spins, but finally, for what you have been asking for goodness knows how long, you don't have to be on the ship that's in a storm and the wheel is going crazy, 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 but you know you're not supposed to touch it. You know you're not supposed to take control, because you're not. You're supposed to let it go with the flow. But it's so scary. You get seasick. You think you're gonna die. Finally, the waters have calmed. The storm has passed. And the sun is coming out. And the wheel of fortune is spinning in your favor now, because you did what you're supposed to do. You let things come to you. Even though it was so hard, you had to be so patient. And like I said, you went through trial after disappointment after loss on your journey, thinking that, oh, this is gonna be it. This is the good thing. No. But you still didn't force anything. You didn't give up. You trusted the divine. You trusted the universe. You trusted fate. I love that. Love you.